Well, Brad, River Ridge District opener, Blacksburg versus Salem. A whole lot riding on this one tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're sitting here and you have some influence, whether it's for Blacksburg or Salem, if you don't have cold chills, something's wrong with you, because that's what this is all about. I mean, two great competitors getting ready to go at it with each other, and just really looking forward to it.
Hunter Greppiatis has it teed up on the 40-yard line to our right. Salem will be kicking the ball from right to left, so Blacksburg will be driving left to right. And the officials are waiting for Blacksburg to break the huddle. They get the final set of instructions from the head coach of the Bruins, Eddie Sloss. It will be Kareem Muhammad and Brian Mitchell that will drop back deep for Blacksburg. And you never know, Brad, could Don Holter reach into his bag of tricks right off the bat and try to go onside? I doubt it, but you never know.
You do never know. And actually, in watching the film, they did that. I can't remember which team it was that they played against that they did it, but it's not beyond them to do something like that.
Blacksburg has 6 players standing at midfield. Greppiatis does send it long. End over end is going to be Muhammad that will catch it at about the 2-yard line on the far side corner, coming to the near side, over the 10, 15, not quite up to the 15. He'll be stopped at about the 14-yard line. So a return of 13 for Kareem Muhammad. Blacksburg will have it 1st and 10 from their own 14.
Great kick there by Salem. That play right there might be one of those you just let that ball go, because it's either going to go in the end zone or it's going to go out of bounds. It's right at the pylon, and you either get the ball at the 35 or the 25.
Twin receivers to the left side, triplets to the near side. Luke Goforth alone in the backfield. Looks to his left, gets into his crouch, glances right, claps his hand, back comes the snap. Goforth is going to roll to his left, has a little bit of room, over the 15, over the 20, out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
Looks like he's going to be just a little bit shy of the first down marker, but good pick up there by Luke, rolling out to his left.
Pickup of 7. 2nd and 3. Ball on the far side, hash mark. It will be Mitchell, Muhammad, and Mathena to the near side. Blacksburg's players are looking to the sideline to get the play call. Blacksburg will actually have a 4th player, Epperly, on the near side. Golston, the lone receiver, to the far side of the field. Goforth starts to run to his right, throws it over the middle. Pass caught by Brian Mitchell in traffic at about the 32-yard line. And that will be a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg.
Good job right there. Luke had some pressure coming in his face, had to get rid of it a little bit quicker. Mitchell did a terrific job right there in traffic coming down with that football to be able to move the chains.
And we've seen it the last couple games, Brad, when Blacksburg goes in that 4-receiver set, a lot of times Goforth will roll to that side, but he had a defender bearing down on him immediately. He had to stop, throw off his back foot, but he did complete it to Mitchell for a first down. Twin receivers to both sides. Epperly in the backfield with Goforth. He's going to take off again, running to his left, waits for a block. He's going to get hit roughly about the line of scrimmage and be brought down for no gain.
And Goforth on the run for the Bruins.
Looked like it was Cameron Martindale, the defensive tackle, in on the tackle for the Spartans. 2nd and 10 Bruins from the 34. Athena comes to the near side. A pistol look this time for Blacksburg. Mitchell lines up to the right of Goforth, and Epperly is behind the quarterback. Give is to Mitchell, has a little bit of room, over the 40, over the 45, up to midfield. He may have gotten into Salem territory, but it is at least a Nest Realty first down. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it right at the midfield stripe.
It's a good job right there. A little bit of misdirection. They had Epperly coming out to the right-hand side, and then they hand the ball off to Mitchell up the middle.
And if Blacksburg, Brad, can get this running game going like they did last week, that's going to make this offense multi-dimensional. Triplets to the right, single receiver left. Epperly to the right of Goforth. Epperly gets the handoff, goes into the line. He'll maybe squeeze a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Actually, the spot from the official on the near side will give him only about a half yard.
Yeah, not a lot of room right there. Looks like he did pick up about a yard. Not a lot of room right there up the middle on that particular play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Golston, Muhammad, Mitchell, and Epperly, the 4 receivers to the near side. Mathena is the lone receiver to the far side of the field, lined up on the numbers. Ball on the far side hash. Back it comes to Goforth, rolling to his right, still rolling, throws, and it's deflected by Jaden McDonald.
Yeah, it was a good break on the ball there by the Salem cornerback. You know, he's a good-sized kid, 6'3", 190. Made a great break.
Identical twins, Jaden and Jordan McDonald, and identically sized, 6'3", 190. 2nd and 9 for Blacksburg. Mitchell and Golston will be the receivers to the far side of the field. Muhammad and Mathena to the near side. Epperly lines up to the right of Goforth. Goforth claps his hands, throws it to Muhammad over the 45, over the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. Another Nest Realty first down on an 11-yard pickup.
It's a great job right there, Muhammad, just dragging some players down through there. Terrific job there. Scott Hudson as well as Ryan Castle getting out to try to pave the way on that screen.
First offensive series of the game. 9:25 remaining, no score in the first quarter. Salem visiting Blacksburg here at Bill Brown Stadium. 4 receivers left. Single receiver right is Golston. Goforth rolling to his left, in trouble, and he's going to be buried for a sack of about 15 yards. It was Chase Ferris that came in from his defensive end position, and Goforth got buried.
Yeah, it looked like the pressure came from the right-hand side right there. You know, and watching the films, number 3, that's a storied, historical number in the Salem program. And it goes to show you why right there. Number 3, Ferris in on the tackle.
2nd and 21. Twin receivers to either side. Epperly in the backfield with Goforth. Straight drop. Now Goforth will roll to his right. Still rolling. Throws. And it's going to be a little bit too long, a little bit of miscommunication between the quarterback and the intended receiver, Nathan Mathena, at about the 35-yard line near the Bruins sideline.
Yeah, right now, Salem's just sort of teeing off. They're putting a bunch up in the box, and they're coming. They're playing mind games with the offensive line and as well as Luke. And sometimes they're sending them, and then sometimes they sort of drop them back. But on any given play, you're seeing 7 to 8 kids up there in that box.
A pistol formation for Blacksburg. Strong to the right, Mitchell to the right of Goforth. Epperly about 3 yards behind. Goforth turns around, says something to the terrific sophomore. And here is Goforth. A little bit of play action. Goforth has the ball slip out of his hand, and it's intercepted by Salem at the 45. Goforth lost the grip, tried to throw the ball, and a nightmare scenario unfolds for the Bruins.
Yeah, definitely not what we wanted right there. It's going to give Salem good field position at the 43 of the Bruins.
And that was very obvious. Luke Goforth wanted to throw the football, and he's over there angry at himself. Pounds his fist on his right thigh pad.
You can't do that. You got to forget about it. The most important play is the next one.
I formation for Salem. 2 receivers to the right. Pitch to Persinger. Gets past the first wave, and he'll bury his head into a group of blue jerseys at about the 37-yard line.
It's number 20 for the Spartans.
Looked like 84, Blaze Butler, as well as 12, Parker Epperly in on the tackle, but not before they're able to pick up about 5 yards on the carry.
2nd and 5 for Salem. Their first offensive possession following the very strange turnover. The ball slipping out of Luke Goforth's hands on an attempted pass. Ball on the win about 5 yards. Twin receivers to the near side. A double back set. The give is to the up back. That was Cameron Leftwich, and he'll have close to a first down. Let's see where the official marks it. It looks like he'll be about a yard short.
Looks like Darius Norris as well as Epperly in on the tackle for the Bruins, but as you said, they picked up pretty good yardage there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Spartans.
3rd and 1. It appears like from where the chains are across the field from us, that can't be Brad more than about a foot off, it looks like, from our vantage point. I formation. Hunter Cheney looks left, looks right, under center. He will hand it off, and Leftwich will pick up the first down, but he'll be thrown down after a gain of only about a yard.
65. Fullback 28, Leftwich on the carry.
Looked like Alex LaFawn in on the tackle as well as Blaze Butler. I think Blaze is a little slow getting up for the Bruins.
There is a Bruin down, and there will be a timeout called for him to be attended to. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. No score, 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Blacksburg and Salem from Bill Brown Stadium. This is Bruins football on ESPN Blacksburg.
I drive for BT because the money is great.
I drive for BT because the hours fit my class schedule.
I drive for BT because the benefits are great.
We all drive for BT. You can too. Join us.
Good news for Bruins fans. Blaze Butler is able to get up and walk off the field under his own power. Could have been, maybe Brad just got the breath knocked out of him. That can be pretty scary if it hasn't happened to you before, but the good thing is you can recover from it pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Blaze is going to be okay. He walked off on his own powers, drinking a little bit of water, and I think we'll see him back out there.
So a fresh set of downs for Salem following the Blacksburg turnover. They pick up a first down. The ball on the near side hash at the 33. Two receivers line up to the far side of the field, Collins and Ferris. And a quick throw out into the flat to Ferris, and he's over the 25, but here comes a flag from the back judge. This may come back due to a hold on Salem.
I believe that's what it's going to be. I believe number 2, Sean Collins, was holding Goforth out there, so I think that's going to go backwards on Salem, I believe.
And the dead giveaway, when you see the officials straddling the flag, that means that's where the penalty occurred, and here's the signal. It is holding on the Spartans. That will be a 10-yard mark off from what looks to be about the 22-23. See the officials mark it. They'll mark it at about the 34.
It's interesting. I've seen a couple snaps here by Salem, and it seems like the quarterback's sort of bobbled and hadn't got it cleanly a couple times. I don't know, something's going on there with the meshing with the center or what, but that might be something important to see here.
Collins to the near side, Chauncey to the far side. Two running backs in the backfield. Give to Persinger, sheds the first tackle, heads down the sideline of the Spartans, and he'll be inside the 15-yard line. Just power running by number 20, Isaiah Persinger.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a trap right there. And, you know, just good hard run there by Persinger.
They will not mark it inside the 15. They'll mark it just outside at the 17. Ferris and Collins come to the near side. Ball on the far side hash. Persinger and Leftwich in the backfield. Cheney under center, gives it to the up back. That is Leftwich, and he just follows the blocker straight ahead inside the 10 to about the 8.
We're not able to get any push up front. You know, the Salem's front line is doing a great job of getting a surge against our defensive linemen, which what's been happening is it's pushing it back into the backers. So we're just not able to get that initial surge. That's what's sort of got us going in the opposite direction right now.
That is exactly what the Spartans would like to do. Cheney under center, hands it off to Leftwich, and he is wrestled to the ground. He spins forward. He'll pick up a yard or two. Actually, with the spot, looks like they're going to give him 3.
Looked like Epperly as well as Alex LaFawn in on the tackle there for the Bruins. Going to bring up 1st and goal, though, for the Spartans.
Ball on the far side hash, the nose of the football right on the Blacksburg 5-yard line. Cheney under center, 2 backs behind him. Cheney rolls to his left, wants to throw into the back of the end zone and over the head of the intended targets. Incomplete. 2nd and goal. Spartans from the 5.
Well, you know, it's smart decision making right there by Cheney. You know, didn't have anything there, so it's best just to get rid of the football and come back and live another down.
5:30 remaining in the first quarter, no score. Salem and Blacksburg, each team with one offensive possession. Salem still in the midst of their first one. Collins to the near side. Here is a handoff, straight ahead, down near the end zone. Did the runner get in?
I believe he's a little bit shy.
It looks like he's going to be short.
Nathan Mathena in on the tackle for the Bruins.
3rd and goal to go from what appears to be about 6 inches out. Well, Brad, this is nothing more than gap control. You want to put people in the gap, put a hat on a hat, and just try to prevent the plunge from crossing the plane to the goal line.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're just going to run off tackle right here. Either that or the quarterback's going to sneak it.
Janey hands it off. Leftwich burrows his way in for the touchdown, and Salem capitalizes on the turnover, taking an early 6-0 lead. Well, Brad, Salem had the ball, was moving downfield, had the big sack on Luke Goforth, and then Luke just simply lost the handle on the football trying to throw it. Salem makes you pay. We said in the pregame, Salem does not forgive mistakes. And they did not forgive there.
No, and I mean, there's nothing fancy. I mean, they just run off tackle, run a little trap here or there, and that's what they do. And they understand what their identity is, and they follow through with it. You know, obviously, we can't have penalties and mistakes like that.
Grepiadis puts his right foot into it, out of the hold of Logan Chauncey, and that makes the score 7-0 Salem. 5:08 remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Grepiadis puts his right foot into it, drives the ball into the end zone, an automatic touchback, and Blacksburg will start on their own 20-yard line. And Luke Goforth along the sideline, getting some instruction from quarterback's coach Chad Johnston, throwing until the absolute last second when he had to go onto the field. That's just the way he is, Brad. He wants to get every rep that he can possibly get.
Yeah, Luke's a competitor.
I'd be willing to bet he probably goes to bed at night, lays on his back, and throws against the ceiling.
He works hard. He's a hard worker, that's for sure.
Triplets to the near side, twins to the far side. Both sets relatively close to the offensive line. Luke Goforth alone in the backfield, man in motion, handoff, trying to carry it forward. Able to get past a couple of defenders was Muhammad, and then he was brought down for what looks like it may be a loss of about one. Muhammad came in motion to the near side, got the handoff, had a couple blockers in front, but Salem closed quickly, and it will be a loss of a yard. Second and 11.
That was the backside end that made that tackle. K1 Waller, that's a good job right there, opposite side of the field.
Pistol formation. Mitchell gets the handoff, tried to cut it back, and he'll be cut down at the 20. So he makes it back to the original line of scrimmage, but 3rd and long for Blacksburg, 3rd and 10. all that momentum that Blacksburg had on that opening drive seems to have evaporated. Let's see if the Bruins can get a play here to move the chains and not give the ball right back to a Salem offense that has established some superiority on the first drive. Blake Staniland in the game for Blacksburg. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Mitchell in the backfield, serving as an extra blocker. Now here is Goforth rolling to his left, still rolling, throwing, fires, and pass is going to be broken up. It was into the left flat, defended well on that side by Jordan McDonald.
Yeah, good job there. You know, both of the McDonald kids do a tremendous job at that corner position.
As we said in the pregame, it was a young Salem Spartans secondary last season. They started 3 sophomores and a freshman. They learned the hard way, but they have that year of experience now under their belt. Sean Collins stands at about the 20-yard line as Salem gets Alex LaFawn onto the field, the 11th player for the Bruins. Goforth standing at his 5. A little bit of a high snap, but Goforth gets it away. It's a high kick, drives Collins back to the 36, where he called for a fair catch.
Great punt right there by Luke.
A 42-yard punt. Our spotter Tom Bibbins says 43. So we'll give Luke credit for a 43-yard punt. Ball will be spotted right in the middle of the field. There is a slight crown here at Bill Brown Stadium. That will go away over the winter when an artificial surface will be installed here at Bill Brown Stadium. I formation for Salem, 2 receivers near side. Gives to the deep back. That is Persinger, and he is wrapped up. He will go nowhere. No gain on the play. Good gang tackling by Blacksburg.
It's a great job right there. Looks like Jamari Hairston in on the tackle there for the Bruins.
And it has sort of been, Brad, the defense that's carried this Blacksburg team early on in the season. Maybe the defense needs to make a stand here.
Yeah, no times like the present, to be honest.
High formation, twin receivers left, pitch back to Persinger. He's got some room over the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. One man to beat, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. A 63-yard romp by Isaiah Persinger, and Salem goes up 13-0.
Yeah, definitely not what you want right there. Sort of went around that edge out to the far side and then had great enough vision to be able to cut it back.
Grappiatis will attempt to make it 14-0 out of the hold of Logan Chauncey. Snap, hold, kick, up, and that kick is good. Salem stretches the lead to 14-0, 3:06 remaining in the first quarter from Bill Brown Stadium. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Well, Brad, Blacksburg's got to get something going here offensively. Salem has come out red hot here in this first quarter. Blacksburg's got to get some sort of offensive momentum, some sort of a rhythm here to keep the Salem offense off the field.
Yeah, right now Salem's got the momentum, and they're using it to their advantage, just sort of feeding off of it.
Repiadas had a touchback on his last kick. This one is a short squib type kick, and it will go out of bounds. So Blacksburg will get fairly good field position on the out of bounds kick. Clearly, Brad, they were angling that kick to keep it away from Blacksburg's returners. You can bet Mr. Holter and his staff have watched tape of Blacksburg. They know what those returners for Blacksburg can do.
Oh yeah, I mean, Salem's a very well-coached team, and I mean, they understand what they need to do, and right now they're showing us that they understand.
Right now, Blacksburg needs to establish the line of scrimmage. Pistol look for the Bruins. Mitchell to the right of Goforth. Epperly behind. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. Handoff Mitchell around the right side, trying to get to the edge. He does over the 40, 45, 50, still going, 45, and down near the 40 of Salem. That's exactly what the Bruins needed.
It's good run right there by Brian Mitchell going to that weak side. It looked like Blacksburg was coming to the right over here towards the Blacksburg bench, but sort of tricked them there a little bit with going to that weak side, and we've had a little bit of success over there with Mitchell.
A 25-yard pickup for Mitchell. 3 receivers right, Twins left, both sets close to the line of scrimmage. In motion comes Epperly, has the handoff on a sweep, sticks his head forward, and will get a gain of about 4 down to the 36-yard line.
Good hard run right there. Anytime you can pick up 3-4 yards of carry, then you're successful right there. That's what we've got to do. You don't have to get it all at one time. You just got to keep chipping at it, because you got to get your defense a little rest too.
Twin receivers to either side. Epperly in the backfield with Mitchell on his left side. He'll block. Pass goes out into the flat, complete. Muhammad over the 30, 25, 20, breaks the tackle, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Blacksburg. No, they're going to mark him out at the 2-yard line. A gain of 34. It must have been Muhammad's left foot that stepped on the sideline. But Blacksburg will have it first and goal from the 2-yard line. Well, Brad, you can't fail to punch it in here to provide an equalizer to what Salem has done early.
Yeah, you got to find a way to get in the end zone. We've got 4 downs to be able to get there. We need to be smart, no penalties, and just pound it up in there.
3 receivers. Check that, 4 receivers. No, it is 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Goforth. Goforth back, looking, still looking. Now he's going to run, and he's going to try to pick up yardage, and he'll do well to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Some hard running by Goforth. Shed 1 tackler, but 0 gain.
Yeah, in that particular situation, we went with the empty backfield there. I don't know. I'm old school. I would line up a fullback and have somebody blocking, and I'm going to ram it right up in there with the tailback or whoever. But
take a page out of the Salem playbook. Now Blacksburg will line up in a pistol formation. They'll spread the field with the wide receivers. Mitchell to the right of Goforth. He'll get the handoff. Started to the left, now cuts back to the right. And did he get in? He did! Touchdown, Brian Mitchell, and Blacksburg gets on the board.
It's a good job right there. Went back into sort of a little bit more of a traditional set right there. In my opinion, I'm just old school, and that's what you got to do. If some of the other stuff isn't working, then you look at it and say, well, you know what? We can pick up 3-4 yards of carry right here. Let's do this.
It will be a PAT attempt by James Poland. He was 7 for 7 last week against Stanton River, out of the hold of Luke Goforth. Back comes the snap, up goes the kick, and that kick is good. So Blacksburg pulls within a touchdown with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter. 14-7 Salem. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. James Poland gets ready to kick it off.
Boy, we needed that, guys. I tell you what.
Yes, indeed.
Try to get that momentum shifted back.
Sean Collins will be back deep for Blacksburg. It'll be a short, purposefully short kick. It'll be caught by Ferris at about the 28, running to the far side of the field and finds a little bit of room, but he'll be brought down at the 35-yard line. Let's go down to our Duncan Ford Lincoln Mazda sideline reporter Jake Lyman. Jake, what do you have for us?
Number 42, Ben Roethlisberger. Number 3, Evan Hale. Ball spotted at the Spartans' 35-yard line. Their offense on the field, 1st and 10.
Quick pass out in the flat. This is caught by number 11 for Salem. That is Logan Chauncey. And he'll get yardage up near the first down. Don't think he quite made it. Let's see where they're going to spot the ball.
Logan, he actually goes by Deuce to the Salem fans, and quite a player. Started last year as a freshman. Fine young man. He and Parker played on some basketball teams together, and quite an athlete, but quite a fine young man as well.
It will be a first down for Salem. They will send Ferris and Jordan McDonald to the far side of the field. I formation. Give is to the first back. That is Leftwich, and it is Parker Epperly that meets him head on, gives just a little, and then pushes him back after a gain of just 2.
That's what happens when you get a little bit lower. You get a little bit lower than them.
Leverage.
Generally, it works in your favor, and good hard hit right there by Epperly, sticking his nose in there.
2nd and 8. Clock under 1 minute remaining in the first period. Salem leading 14-7. Ball on the near side hash mark at the 47-yard line of Salem. Here's a toss back to Persinger. He'll be over the midfield stripe and step out at about the 49, I believe, is where the official is going to mark it. Let's see. That is where he's going to put his foot. So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 4.
Looked like Epperly pushed him out of bounds right there. Good job of coming over from that middle inside backer position.
And actually, it's a beneficial spot for Blacksburg. That ball is closer to the midfield stripe than it is the 49. So call it 3rd and a very long 4. Ferris and Jordan McDonald to the far side of the field. I formation. Cheney under center. Gives it to Persinger, pitching it to the far side of the field. He gets to the edge, has some room, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. And Brad, one of the things Blacksburg's defense has done a great job of this year is not letting teams get to the edge. Salem is doing that so far.
Yeah, you know, I actually thought we struggled a little bit with the edge back in the Amherst game, and you know, that was sort of some of the benefits that they had, and you know, we haven't had a lot of teams sort of hit that edge on us, and you know, that option play right there, you know, it works. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it. It's old school football, and you know, that quarterback's taking it right there, letting the defense commit, and then he's pitching it.
I formation, twin receivers to the right side. Cheney under center, pitches it back. Persinger comes to the near side, and he's going to be tripped up and slammed down by Darius Norris, but let's see, a penalty flag comes flying in.
Should be holding against Salem. Two guys had a hold of Parker Epperly up around his neck.
I would tend to agree. Let's see what the officials will do with this. You are right, Brad. It was holding on Salem. That flag came up pretty quickly. Kind of obvious if you were here at the stadium watching it, or if you're watching it on tape delay on Blacksburg Public Television. That'll be a 10-yard mark off against the Spartans. It'll move them back to the Blacksburg 44. So
19 seconds and counting here.
This is likely the final play of the first quarter. Twins to the far side of the field. Cheney back, wants to throw the screen pass to Pinello. Nobody home. 35-30, and to the 20-yard line. Parker Epperly makes a touchdown-saving tackle. Cheney went to his right, then turned left, found Pinello, and no one was there to meet him. And Blacksburg did focus on that type of play this week in practice, that cut-back little screen pass, Brad. Salem's done that for years.
Yeah, and I mean, when you get Pinella running downhill, I mean, Pinella 6'2", 225, that's a man coming at you right there. That's going to be the end of the first quarter, Mark.
14-7, Salem leads Blacksburg here at Bill Brown Stadium. This is Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. First and 10 Spartans from the Blacksburg 16. Here's a handoff to Persinger. He meets Epperly and a bunch of blue jerseys, and he'll have a gain of about 3 yards to the 13.
Yeah, not a lot of room right there to make right there. Looked like Epperly as well as LaFon, and also a newcomer to the Bruin team, Logan Fox, in on the tackle there as well.
He is a transfer from Pulaski County, became eligible this week. Getting in for the Bruins, providing some real size up front for Blacksburg. Twin receivers to the near side. Quick pass out into the flat, and that's a backward pass. The officials are going to call it incomplete. It looked like that pass was behind the quarterback.
Well, the thing is, though, is we got to sell it, though, from a defensive perspective. We can't sit there and watch the ball go lay back there. We got to have people flying to that football, you know, that way it sells it a little bit more, because the official here, the sideline judge, he hadn't blown anything dead.
7 yards to go.
So 3rd and 7 for Salem. It was the line judge that did not make that call. It's one of the other officials. Cheney back, throwing, has his receiver out of the backfield. That is number 12 for Salem. We don't even have a number 12 on our roster.
No, that was actually Deuce. That was number 11.
That was 11.
Yeah, that was, Chauncey Logan.
Logan Johnson. Is it Chauncey Logan or Logan Johnson?
Well, it's actually Deuce Logan.
Deuce Logan. That's what we'll go with then. Deuce Logan. That gives the Spartans a first down at the Blacksburg 4.
Good play call right there by Salem. I mean, they just went right out in the flats and Found a little space.
High formation. Persinger, the first back. Here is a handoff ahead to Persinger down to about the 2-yard line. Gain of 2. 11 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 14-7, Salem with the lead here at Bill Brown Stadium, the River Ridge District opening game for both teams. It's a good spot for Blacksburg, a gain of only a yard.
Yeah.
Second and goal from the 3.
I think he lost his footing there and actually went down on his own. It's a pretty good size hole right there.
High formation, handoff to the deep back, and that is number 42, Xavion Wood, that punches it in, and Salem reestablishes a 2-touchdown lead. 20-7, Salem. And right now, Brad, this is just Salem's offensive line blowing Blacksburg's defensive line backwards.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting a great surge right there and sort of getting back into the backers and just not able to do a lot. I'm not so sure that we might not see some of these backers start stunning a little bit, just trying to make a little bit of havoc and some surgence.
There was a little bit of movement before the snap. It didn't look like Blacksburg was guilty of encroachment, but they're actually going to call, I believe, motion on Salem.
Yeah, I think it's going to go against. I think it's going to go against Salem.
It will be a motion call on the Spartans. So the line of scrimmage will move to the 15-yard line from the 10. Or I should say that the point where the kick will be attempted will be at the 15 instead of the 10. Logan will be the holder. Back comes the snap, a high kick, and it is good. Salem stretches the lead to 21-7, 10:33 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station ESPN Blacksburg. Well, Brad, so far no secret. Everything we thought Salem was going to do, they have done. Just nothing but power football. Sprinkle in a little screen or a little toss every now and then. But right now, this game's being won in the trenches.
Oh yeah, Salem doesn't change for nobody. I mean, they just do their thing, and they do it very well.
Grepiadis with a high end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce out of bounds on the far side of the field, so Blacksburg again will have good field position to start this drive. Clearly, Grepiadis is trying to keep the football away from Blacksburg's returners, the speed merchants that Blacksburg puts back to receive kickoffs, and Blacksburg will start at its own 35.
Got to get something going here on the offensive side. You know, we built something up that last drive offensively. We got to get back to it.
It really, Brad, was Blacksburg having success running the football that got that last drive unchecked.
Yeah, you know, I think that, I've said it and, a few times, but I just think that that's just old school. You got to go back and establish the run.
Luke Goforth goes back to pass, in trouble, and he's just going to throw this one complete to a player on the Salem sideline. There is a penalty flag. Comes flying at about the 45-yard line. Let's see what that flag is about. Luke Goforth is going to be called for grounding. Well, I must admit, Brad, I did not see if there was a receiver close enough to defray that call from happening. The officials clearly thought there was not a receiver anywhere close.
Yeah, as Robbie said, it's a little bit different in high school. There's not considered a tackle box.
Right, there is no tackle box in high school, and there's no getting the ball to the original line of scrimmage.
Past the original line of scrimmage, yeah.
So
that's a tough penalty because what that ends up doing is It's a loss of down, so it's 2nd and 20.
25, actually, if you look where the
It's actually
markers
almost
are on the
almost a
field.
30. 2nd and 28. Wow.
Now the officials are going to stop play. This may be a discussion about where the ball should be marked. Line of scrimmage was the 35. Now the ball is resting at the Blacksburg
Speaking of timeouts, fans, don't forget at some point,
19 yard, check that,
concession stand.
16-yard line.
Penalty from the spot of the foul on Salem.
Reasonable prices.
So 2nd and 27. Twins to either side. In motion goes Muhammad. Here's a pass to Golston. Gets a blocker from the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and Golston stuttering, trying to get around. Some of the white jerseys should have continued to head straight upfield. I do think it will be a Nest Realty first down with the spot of the ball. So Blacksburg picks up all 27, and the chains will move.
It's a first down. All you got to do is
Blacksburg
make the line.
converts, 2nd and 27.
Fans, that catch and run from Golston. Good enough for a Blacksburg.
Fresh set of downs for Blacksburg. The players look to the sideline to get the play call. Blake Staniland will line up on the near side between the numbers and the Blacksburg sideline. It will be Muhammad and Golston to the far side. Pistol formation, strong right for Blacksburg. Go forth, pitches it back to Mitchell over the 50. Down to the 45, down to the, will they give him the 44? No, they'll mark him at the 45 of Salem.
I believe
that should be enough for another Nest Realty first down.
It's really close. It looks to me like it's hit the mark.
It should be a first down.
It's a penalty flag down
There's
for
a
the
penalty
Bruins.
flag on the field, and this one is going to come back. That penalty flag sitting at about the 45-yard line on the far side of the field. It's going to be a hold on Blacksburg.
Wow. You just can't have those types of penalties. You got momentum going, you got the ball moving, and then boom, it hits.
An 11-yard mark off, so it's 1st and 21 for Blacksburg. Twins left and right. Mitchell to the left of the quarterback. Go forth, straight drop, throws. Mitchell lost his footing. The pass was right on his numbers at the 45-yard line of Blacksburg, and it bounces incomplete. Looked like right about the time the ball arrived, Mitchell's feet went out from under him, couldn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, I think it came a little bit quicker than what he expected it to come, to be honest.
Could have been a situation, Brad, where maybe he was thinking about what to do with it before he caught it, but it looked like his head was turned back and looking to go forth the whole time. I think he just lost his footing.
Yeah, maybe.
4 receivers left, single receiver right. Go forth in the backfield, rolling to the near side, still rolling. This time has a little bit of time. Going long, has Golston out in the open, and it's deflected at the last possible second by Jordan McDonald. That ball had a little bit of air under it. Golston had gotten behind the secondary and just hung up just a bit too long.
Yeah, Golston was open there for a little bit. Actually, he had gotten behind. McDonald.
So it's now 3rd and 20. And how costly, if Blacksburg doesn't convert here, will that holding call be when Blacksburg looked like they had picked up a first down at the Salem 45? Twins to both sides. Straight drop for go forth. This is a screen pass, and it is blown up by Xavion Wood, who buries Brian Mitchell in the backfield.
Very well coached right there. They knew what was coming. Wood made the play.
So go forth will go into punt formation for the Bruins. He'll stand at about the 15-yard line. Back to receive the punt for the Spartans is Sean Collins. He'll stand at about the 34. Bit of a high snap. Goforth has to go back. He gets his right foot into it. An end-over-end punt. Let's see which way the bounce goes. It does bounce in favor of Blacksburg. It'll go out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. A 37 33-yard punt for
Still pretty good field position for the Spartans here. 9:11 to go with the lead 21-7.
Onto the field, first and 10.
21-7 Salem, 9:11 remaining before halftime. And the Bruins defense needs to make a stand right here, right now. Cheney under center, I formation, single receiver to either side. Give to the deep back, Wood. Stutter steps briefly, and he'll be brought down at about the 40-yard line.
Looked like Malcolm Collins as well as Will Thomas in on the tackle for the Bruins.
Gain of about 2.5, trending towards 3. Those of the football at the 40-yard line, about 4 yards away from the near side hash. Here's Cheney, throws, pass complete, but Luke Goforth was draped all over Chase Ferris, and that'll be a very short completion.
It's going to bring up about 3rd and 3 for the Spartans.
Just past the 44-yard line of the Spartans.
Well, we just mentioned, Brad, the defense for the Bruins needs to make a stand. They could make one here, get the ball back.
3 yards to go.
Yeah, we just got to stay low. We got to stay low. I think a little bit of what's happening up front is we're standing up and they're sort of pushing us backwards. We just got to stay low right here and try to get that surge.
Goose Logan left. On Collins right. Cheney back, throwing, has the receiver. It is the tight end, Bobby Pinello. He's brought down by Josh Golson, but not until Salem moves the ball to the Blacksburg 45.
It's a good throw there by Cheney.
They'll spot it closer to the 44 on the far side hash. So fresh set of downs. Blacksburg allows Salem to convert a 3rd down opportunity. Well, Brad, this is about the last team this side of Richmond you'd want to get down 3 touchdowns to.
Yeah, that's for sure. But there's a lot of football to be played. We just got to come up with a big stop right here.
Cheney back, wants to hit Wood wide open on the left side. He's down over the 25, down to about the 21-yard line. Is that a flag that I see, Brad, at about the 30, or is that a player towel? That's a player towel.
Yeah, you know, that just goes back to responsibility football right there. Everybody's got a responsibility that they got to take care of, and unfortunately, you know, he slipped out of the backfield and went. You know, no one was over there. The whole flow had went to the strong side, and they've done that a couple times to us in this game. You know, when you have an over-aggressive football team, that's how you sort of counteract it.
I formation. And he hands it off to Persinger. He'll plunge ahead for a gain of about a long 4, a short 5. Take your pick. They'll spot it at about the 17-yard line.
41 Norris on the stop.
Ball about 3 yards to the near side of the far side hash. Ferris splits to the right. Collins to the left. I formation. Handoff to Leftwich. He breaks free, and he's going to rumble into the end zone from 17 yards out. And Salem stretches the lead to 27-7. Just nothing there, Brad, but power football.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a fullback dive right there. Nothing special with it.
Repiatis takes a couple of practice kicks. He'll try to make it 28-7 with 6:37 remaining before halftime. And he will be successful in doing so. Blacksburg in a hole here at Bill Brown Stadium. 6:37 remaining before halftime. 28-7. Salem with the lead. This is Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
So have you applied for any jobs yet?
Nah, I'm just gonna sit all day.
So am I.
Next stop, Torgerson Hall.
Don't just sit. Sit profitably. Drive for BT. Make $13.35 per hour.
Here's a kickoff caught at the 5-yard line. Let's see if Blacksburg can get a special teams gem. Muhammad up over the 30, and he'll be brought down at about the 31-yard line. Blacksburg needs to get some sort of an offensive surge going up front.
Ball spotted at the Blacksburg 31-yard line.
Well, usually, Brad, we try to give score updates of other games in the area. We're not going to have to do that tonight. There's very few of them being played.
Yeah, it's a quiet night for high school football, that's for sure.
Twins to the near side, single receiver, far side. Pass complete. Muhammad drops the pass. It was a tunnel-type screen play, and Muhammad drops the football before he can get the motor going.
It brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bruins.
Blacksburg right now searching for answers offensively. They got the one touchdown in the latter stages of the first quarter, and that's been all the offense so far for Blacksburg.
Well,
a couple of costly penalties.
You know, the thing is we also, I mean, that clock stops every time that's a drop pass. So, you know, that doesn't give our defense much time.
In motion is Mitchell to the near side, gets the handoff on a wide receiver sweep, tries to get outside, and he's going to be chopped down on a good tackle by Jordan McDonald. He'll lose about 3.
Very well coached defense right there. You know, Coach Holter was a defensive coordinator, and he's very in tune with it. I mean, that's responsibility football. They're still in that edge. They're not letting anybody get outside.
3rd down and 12 for Blacksburg. An even 6 minutes on a running clock here at Bill Brown Stadium in the second quarter. Goforth rolling to his right, throwing over the middle, has his intended target. That is Josh Golston. Looked like he had a face mask coming down. Check that, it was Kareem Muhammad. Looked like a face mask. Officials are going to talk about it. Don't see a flag coming out yet.
Wow, that looked like a face mask, but I wasn't there. But whatever he grabbed completely stopped him dead in his tracks, that's for sure.
However, it is a Blacksburg Bruins and Nest Realty first down. Triplets to the far side of the field. Single receiver Golston, who just caught the big pass on the near side. Epperly in the backfield. Goforth in trouble, throwing. Shot puts the pass out towards the Blacksburg sideline just to avoid the rush, and this time no flag. 2nd and 10.
Number 6, Josh Golston. Falls incomplete.
And a very listless crowd right now on the Blacksburg side of Bill Brown Stadium.
2nd down and 10 for the Bruins.
Salem's offense has come in and fired on all cylinders early. Athena will trot across the field to the near side. Muhammad and Golston to the far side. Muhammad in the slot. Pistol formation strong to the near side. Handoff Mitchell. Has a little bit of a lane initially. He'll get a gain of about 4, maybe 5, depending on the spot. Looks like 4. Can bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is a crucial 3rd down right here. We've got to find a way to move the chains here.
I'm not so sure, Brad. If you don't pick it up on this play, you probably go for it on 4th down.
There's a couple different ways to look at that. I mean, you got 4:57. You know, if you don't get it, you probably want to keep Salem as far away from the end zone as you can, so you might play field position, but I don't know. We'll see.
Epperly in the backfield will go for it. Twins to both sides. Epperly has time, throwing long, has a receiver wide open, and it's Josh Golston with the touchdown catch that Blacksburg desperately needed.
I tell you what, that was a great pickup right there in the backfield on that block. Epperly got laid out, but he stuck his nose in there to give Luke just enough time to get that ball off, and a great touchdown pass right there by Luke to Golston.
I don't know if he'll remember your name tonight, Brad, at the house. He took a shot, but he seems to be okay. He's walking around trying to shake it off on the Bruins sideline. As tough a character as you will see. Poland on to attempt the PAT. The officials stop play. There's a penalty flag.
Offsides on the defense.
Officiating expert Robbie Hudson thinks it is an encroachment call on Salem. Now the official picks up the flag. It is the eagle eyes of Robbie Hudson, and Blacksburg will decline the penalty. Poland with the PAT attempt, and it gets through the uprights. And Blacksburg draws a little bit closer. 28-14, 4:40 remaining before halftime here at Bill Brown Stadium, Blacksburg and Salem. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Looks like it's going to be a short kickoff here by James Poland. It is a very short end-over-end kick. It's going to be caught at the 30 by Ferris, and he'll take it forward for a gain of about 7 up near the 42. Well, Jake Lyman, did that score energize the sideline just a bit?
Past the 40. To about the 42-yard line.
How do you give us a short field, man?
11 Seeley. 65 LaFawn on the tackle. Spartan offense on the field.
Let's see now if the Blacksburg defense can get some push up front and hold Salem at the 42. Single receiver to either side. Cheney takes a moment under center to survey the field, hands it off. It is Persinger with the ball. Nothing but a plunge in the A gap on the right side, and Persinger will be spotted at the 48-yard line, a gain of 6.
Big pickup right there for Persinger. Looked like Gadarius Norris as well as Epperly in on the tackle, but not before they're able to pick up about 7 yards.
Second and 3 from the 49. The ball about a yard on the near side of the far side hash. This time McDonald and Ferris split to the near side. 2 backs behind Cheney. Gives to the first back, and he will be stopped for a gain of about a yard, if that.
Good job right there. Looked like Logan Fox in on the tackle for the Bruins. And Parker Epperly.
And now if you're Blacksburg, somebody needs to track number 19, Bobby Pinello.
I think they're just coming right at you right here. I think we got to get a creative here and get some penetration.
So do you sell out to stop the run? That's what Blacksburg tries to do, and it looks like that's what they did do. Running back will be stopped about a yard short. 4th and 1 coming up. And at this point of the game, Brad, if you're Don Holter, do you go for it?
Well, I think they'll go for it. Looked like Norris and Epperly in on the stop there for the Bruins.
A key point in the game.
Fourth down, yep.
And a long one.
They might try to get us to jump right here. We got to be smart, got to be disciplined.
Barris and Jordan McDonald on either side of the line of scrimmage. Blacksburg did jump, but they didn't look to me like they went across the line of scrimmage, but the official calls it encroachment.
He was in the neutral zone.
Didn't look like it to me, but I'm outvoted 2-1.
It's just Salem's going to play Salem football. They're smart. You know, you got to be disciplined, and right now we haven't been very disciplined this first half.
That's the oldest play in the book. When you've got 4th and short or 3rd and short, you try to draw the defense offside. You've got to be mentally disciplined. 1st and 10, Salem from the 44. Handoff. 20 on the run, gets to the edge over the 35, 30, 25, slips, and he'll be marked at about the 24.
Carry goes to number 20.
I thought he stepped out a little bit before he got there, but I guess he didn't.
Well, maybe just a little before. They'll call him down at the 25.
It's just strong running right there. He came around that side. Luke tried to go up to make the tackle, and he just was able to get sort of stiff-arm Luke, and Luke wasn't able to pull him down.
Arm tackles seldom work against Salem. You've got to get body mass on a Salem Spartan. Here's the quarterback dropping back, throwing into the corner, and that's going to be too far. It's a diving interception attempt by Luke Goforth.
I don't know why that's not a pass interference on the offensive side of the ball right there. I mean, he pushed Luke in the back, you know. I mean, that's as much Luke's ball as it is his. That's a great coverage right there by Luke. He made a great break on the ball.
Well, in the interest of not being called a homer, I will say that could have gone either way. How about that?
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, it could. But when you see somebody who extends their arms out, I mean, that's generally what you look for.
Chaney has 2 backs behind him. He'll give it to Persinger, and he'll be swallowed up and stopped by about 3 blue jerseys after a short gain of about 3. 3rd and 7.
Watch a pass in the flat on 3rd down.
And number 19 is on the field for Salem. Bobby Pinello. Blacksburg needs to make sure they've got somebody tracking number 19 for the Spartans. 3rd and 7, a minute 20 remaining in this second quarter. Blacksburg would love to keep Salem from getting any more points on the board. I formation Salem. Twins to the far side, and it was a jump by Xavier Wood before the snap, and that's going to be 5 yards marked off against Salem.
Yeah, so that'll push them back a little bit further.
I don't know if I'd give him another shot.
3rd and 12, and it may be that Blacksburg will decline this. You can tell the coaches right now are looking, trying to decide.
No, it's a live ball. It's a shift is, yeah.
Okay. So Robbie Hudson says this is a live ball. It looks like the Bruins are going to decline the penalty. He's going to bring up 4th and long.
So 4th and 7. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Salem Spartans. We'll take a short timeout as well. 28-14, Salem leading Blacksburg.
I drive for BT because the money is great.
I drive for BT because the hours fit my class schedule.
I drive for BT because the benefits are great.
We all drive for BT. You can too. Join us.
4th and 7 for Salem at the Blacksburg 22. Salem leading 28-14, a minute 9 remaining before halftime. And this time, Chaney's going to go for the first time tonight into the shotgun. Snap back, Chaney rolling to his left, still rolling, throwing, wants to go into the end zone, and it is no good. Incomplete. Blacksburg will take over.
Wow, that was close. It looked like he had came down with it, but I think maybe he just might have been out of bounds. Wow, that's a good.
Looked like he
Blackburg will have 64 seconds. The consensus up here is that the receiver was bobbling the ball. It was on the far side of the field near the goal line, so we don't have a real good look at it from our vantage point. Regardless, Blacksburg has the football.
I can't tell you how huge that stop is because Salem's going to get the ball back starting of the third quarter. That is a huge stop for that Bruin defense.
Triplets to the far side of the field, ball on the near side hash mark, Twins on the near side. Goforth, back, throws quickly, has a receiver Mitchell over the 35, over the 40, 45, dancing, 50, 45, 40, Clockers in front at the 35, he'll be brought down at the 34-yard line.
Got 53 seconds here, Mark. We've got full 3 timeouts for us.
And a timeout is going to be called by Blacksburg.
Great job right there.
44 yards on the completion from Luke Goforth to Brian Mitchell. And if Blacksburg here, Brad, could get a touchdown going into the locker room, 28-21, after the way Salem was controlling the line of scrimmage, that's a huge moral victory and a big momentum boost for the Bruins going into that locker room.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, we've talked about it many times. Football's a game of momentum. And if we can find a way to get this momentum moving right here, this is what we want.
Blacksburg breaks their huddle. Salem is still huddled on the numbers at their 30-yard line. Looks like Blacksburg will put 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right, Malcolm Collins and Josh Golston, Blake Staniland, Muhammad and Mitchell on the near side. Mitchell closest to the line of scrimmage, an empty backfield for Luke Goforth. Back comes the snap. Goforth throws over the middle, intended for Collins. Xavion Wood got a hand on it, knocked it away.
And I mean, they were draped all over Collins. I mean, that could have easily been a pass interference call there as well.
Clock stops 50 seconds before halftime.
Blacksburg faithful wasn't too pleased with that one. I think they thought that it should have been a penalty as well.
Players looking to the sideline to get the call. 15 seconds on the play clock. It will be Collins to the right of Mitchell. Golston, the lone receiver, to the far side. 3 to the near side. Rolling is Goforth, going deep. Has a receiver open. Did he overthrow it? He did. Golston got free along the Salem Spartans sideline on the far side of the field, and Goforth just overthrew it.
The clock has kept spinning for a long time. After that incompletion, we probably lost about 10 to 12 seconds right there.
I think the officials are going to perhaps call for a clock adjustment. Let's see.
Going to bring up the 3rd and 10 for the Bruins.
This is a veteran officiating crew. They are looking at the clock. The official is keeping time on the field, looking down at his clock. So I do think some time is going to be put back on the clock.
Well, I tell you what, there wasn't anyone within 20 yards of Golston.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Let's do it again.
The officials still have not gotten into position for the next play. They're still conferring. 4 officials standing at the Blacksburg 40-yard line. Luke Goforth is there listening in.
Well, at the very least, it should be about 7 to 8 seconds.
Well, there was 50 seconds on the clock when the snap occurred. Had to be at least a 5 or 6 second play right there going into the end zone.
The officials are saying put it back to 44. It looks like seconds is what they're saying.
Yeah, so yeah, it's about.
Yeah, I
about
think that's
6
right.
seconds, yeah.
I think that's right.
So yeah, we got 44 back on the, or 43 back on the clock.
3rd and 10 for Blacksburg. 4 receivers to the right. Blake Staniland, whose grandmother is listening tonight in Texas again. Hello, Grandma Staniland. Maybe Blake can get a pass reception here. Goforth back. Salem blitzing. Pass out to the receiver in the right flat, and it's going to be intercepted. There was a Bruin that was open in the same zip code, but Goforth will suffer interception number 5 on the season. Salem has the ball with 37 seconds left, so those precious seconds that got put back on the clock could actually serve Salem here.
Yeah, you know, we got to be smart right here. I mean, Salem isn't going to go in, I don't think, taking a knee. I think they're going to try to get what they can get here, 37 seconds.
I got 2 timeouts left, yeah.
28-14 Salem. 37 seconds remaining. Here's the handoff to Persinger up over the 35. Tackled at about the 39-yard line of Blacksburg. And did Salem take a timeout, or is the clock simply stopping for the moving of the chains? Looks like the chains are moving, and now we are going to have a timeout called by the head coach of the Salem Spartans, Don Holter. Will take a timeout as well. 28-14, Blacksburg trailing Salem here at Bill Brown Stadium. 29 seconds left before halftime. This is Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Salem has the ball at their own 40, check that, 39-yard line, 1st and 10. 29 seconds remaining. Here's a give to Persinger, bouncing it out to the left side. He's over the midfield stripe. He'll be brought down, well, they'll call him down right at the midfield stripe. And the clock will stop as the chains move. Salem does have 1 timeout remaining. Clock running, 16 seconds left. Cheney in shotgun formation, hands it off. Persinger goes into the line, and the Bruins are going to drag him back, although careful. It looked like there could have been perhaps a face mask there, but that will likely bring us to the end of the first half. No, there's going to be 6 seconds left.
Looked like Logan Fox as well as Epperly in on the tackle there for the Bruins. So you would have to think that they're either going to – there's a couple of things Salem's known for. And, you know, they could possibly try reverse. Another one that wouldn't surprise me that we used to run when I was there was a halfback pass. And you get the defense flowing up, and then they're going to hit it. And, you know, I don't know. The Deuce is the backup quarterback. He's got a good arm. You know, he plays as a receiver, so you could almost see a sort of like a jet sweep or reverse type of throwback here. You know, or they could just keep it simple. You just never know.
And if you're Blacksburg, you're obviously going to have a prevent type defense. You want to keep the white jerseys in front of you. Blacksburg would give up something short right now just to get into the locker room, regroup, and get ready for the second half. Cheney will be in the shotgun, and we're going to see a triplets formation for the first time tonight for Salem. Triplets right, single receiver left. Cheney, low snap. Cheney has time, throws long, and it's going to be caught at about the 20-yard line by Xavion Wood, but that will be the end of the first half of play. Blacksburg trailing the Salem Spartans by the score of 28-14 as the two teams go to the locker room. We'll be back with our halftime show when we continue. This is Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
Who are you? What do you serve? What do you believe in? This is Blacksburg, Virginia, the home of Virginia Tech. A small yet growing community nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Here, you'll find all walks of life, college students, new families, people who just want a quiet place to retire. Summers are adventurous, falls are filled with the buzz of college football. Winters bring a quiet beauty, and springtime is beautiful beyond belief. It's a special place to live. But this town also plays host to another kind of person, a group of professionals who serve in ways you could never imagine. Meet the Blacksburg Police Department. This department values close relationships, family, integrity, and training. If you qualify to join these ranks, you'll be trained for success. You'll grow in personal confidence. You'll truly enjoy coming to work every day. Blacksburg permits a different level of community involvement. Why? Because residents here respect and care about their police force. so this police force is able to truly help those in the community who are in need. You'll be helping our population get home safely after a night out, giving life lessons to those who made an honest mistake, protecting our young ones from harm's way, helping to solve problems during the big games, the festivals, and parades. Serving on this police force is not just working in another job. This is an opportunity to fundamentally shift the lives of others toward positive results. You'll become the rational voice of reason for people when things are going poorly for them. You'll be the leader to guide others to see a better light. You'll be the one who knows the way, and you'll show the way. You are the one who does the right thing when no one is watching. Obviously, serving on this police force is not a job for just anyone. It goes back to these basic questions. Who are you? What do you serve? What do you believe in? We welcome the select few who are drawn toward a higher calling to serve. Is that you? Do you qualify? Are you curious enough to find out? This is your opportunity to consider joining one of the country's finest police departments.
So James Poland will tee it up at the 35-yard line. And let's see if the coaches made some halftime adjustments. I'll say this, Brad. If I had to pick any defensive coaching staff to make adjustments at halftime based on what they saw in the first half, you've got Chris Lucas, you've got Vaughn Phipps, you've got Ronnie Eakin, you've got some guys that know defensive football.
Oh, yeah, they know defensive football. And to be honest with you, I don't know that there's a whole lot they have to change. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I think the kids were in the right place. We just got sort of moved around up front, and that caused us some damage on the defensive side. So, you know, we'll be fine. We just got to dig in here. We got to make a good key stop here on this first drive and get the momentum back.
Looks like this will be another short kick as Poland is not taking the 10-yard drop. He takes about a 3-yard drop. Here is the short kickoff. It's going to go to Ferris, who's caught a lot of them at the 30. He'll be brought down at the 34-yard line. Appears to me, Brad, both of these coaches are respecting the speed merchants that go deep for both of these respective teams on kickoffs.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I do. I understand that, and I'm not going to question what a coach is calling. But it seems to me, I mean, you've got it up to the 39-yard line. I would at least attempt to make it deep, and if you kick it out of bounds, you kick it out of bounds at the 35. You know, I mean.
High formation for Salem. Cheney got under center. Now he rises up. Looks both ways. Hand off to Persinger, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 2 on a plunge right up the gut.
Number 20, Persinger, the ball carrier.
Looked like Julius Mason as well as Will Thomas in on the tackle there. You know, I just saw something right there. It looked like our inside backers was almost sort of on a stunt right there, getting penetration, and we're going to have to find a way to get penetration to disrupt some things.
Two backs side by side in the backfield. Cheney under center. He quickly throws it out into the flat. He hits Ferris, and a nice open field tackle by Nathan Mathena drops him for a loss.
Great open field tackle there by Mathena. He was all over that. That play hurt us a little bit in the first half to Ferris, and Mathena was right there, Johnny on the spot.
So 3rd and 11 for Salem. If Blacksburg's defense could force a punt here, that would give Blacksburg a little bit of momentum starting this second half of play. Blacksburg trailing 28-14.
Got to stay at home right here, especially on the wide side of the field.
Twins on either side of the field for Salem. Cheney in shotgun formation, rolling to the left, still rolling. Has a receiver out in the flat, and it is complete to McDonald, and he's going to have close to a first down. Let's see where the marker is.
I believe he's a little bit
about a yard short, it looks like. So decision time coming for Don Holter. How much confidence does he have in his offense? Apparently a lot, because they are staying on the field.
Yeah, you know, I watched some of the film. Their punt game's a little bit suspect. So I think he's just going with his strength right here.
4th and a long one. The ball on the far side hash mark. Cheney is under center. I formation. Give to the up back, and it will be a first down for Salem. That plunge will pick up about 4 or 5.
Brought down the play by number 7, Malcolm Collins, number 41, Norris. Left wedge across midfield.
So a fresh set of downs for Salem.
First down.
At the Blacksburg 47.
You know, that pass there on 3rd down was huge. I mean, they went to that wide side of the field and had a little bit of cushion on them, giving a little bit too much room.
I formation. Logan and Collins to the far side. Give is to Persinger. Gets through the first wave of tacklers into the backfield. Can't be brought down by one player, although finally Goforth spins him down. With forward progress, they'll have the mark just beyond the Blacksburg 40 to the 39, a gain of 8.
Looks like Goforth in on the tackle there. Epperly had hit early on, but honestly it was poor tackling right there on Epperly's part. Let him slide off, and Goforth comes in and helps clean it up and make sure he brings him down.
Cheney under I formation, give the up back. That's Leftwich, and he's going to be ridden down by Epperly, but forward progress will give Salem another first down.
The 28 Leftwich. Tackle made on the play by the Bruins, number 12 Epperly, and also with number 14 with Dina.
Looks
9:19 remaining in the 3rd quarter, 28-14 Salem. Sorry, Brad.
That's okay. Looks like it's enough to move the chains. It is going to be a first down for the Spartans.
First down, Spartans.
Epperly was tugging, pulling, trying to do everything he could to get him from getting to the chains, but he was able to get there.
Ball on the far side hash. Twin receivers to the far side of the field. I formation. Give is to Persinger. Gets upfield for a gain of about 5, and then he's thrown backwards. Brad, they're just rattling off 4 or 5 yards a pop.
Yeah, Epperly Goforth in on the tackle right there. The problem's what's happening is they're still getting that surge on the line. So your backers are having to hit initial contact probably 4 or 5 yards down the field instead of being able to hit them up towards the line, how the defense is sort of designed to do.
Second down, 5 yards to go.
Got to find a way to get a little bit of penetration in there somehow. And maybe it has to come from that second level, you know, the backer's position.
I formation again. Toss to Persinger to the left side. He finds a seam, cuts around the left side. He's over the 20, and it's going to be down to about the 16, but penalty flags come flying. This may be a hold.
I think we're going to have a hold, and we might have a face mask too. I'm not real sure. Looked like there was one that came in from the back judge.
There's one penalty flag at about the 10-yard line, another one at about the 24. The official is straddling the flag at the 24. That's the holding call on Salem. Then a personal foul, face mask on Blacksburg. So those penalties will offset, and we'll do it all over again.
Yep, replay the down.
Well, just when you think maybe Blacksburg gets a break with a holding penalty, Blacksburg makes a mistake of their own, wipes out that 10-yard mark off. Bruins need something here, Brad, like a turnover, maybe a fumble. Perhaps a Bruin can get a paw in there and knock the ball loose.
Be good to find some type of a turnover. I tell you, Salem doesn't turn the ball over often, though.
Here's a give to Persinger. Goes just off of the left tackle, and he'll have what appears to be enough for the first down. The spot is at the 27 of Blacksburg.
Looks like Julius Mason in on the tackle with some help from some of his defensive teammates. It's going to bring up
not moving.
Going to bring up a 3rd and short here. You know, these are the humiliating drives right here. This is like the old Georgia Tech style offense, to where they just pick up 2, 3, 4 yards at a time.
High formation, and off to the up back. That is Leftwich, and he is brought down very quickly by Alex LaFawn, but it will be enough for the chains to move. The line of scrimmage will be just inside the Blacksburg 25 at the 24.
Across the 25 to the 24.
Just moving those chains.
Spartans.
We talked in the pregame, Brad. You can almost go to Salem and say, what plays are you going to run? They'll just give them to you. Everyone in the stadium knows what's going to happen.
Oh, it's coming. I mean, that's their bread and butter's off tackle and dive.
Two running backs in the backfield on either side of the quarterback. Cheney. Here's a give to Persinger. He gets stacked up, and he will not go to the ground. He'll be stopped between the 20 and the 21 of Blacksburg. A gain of about 3.5. 6:40 remaining in the third quarter. Salem leading Blacksburg 28-14 here at Bill Brown Stadium, the River Ridge District opener for both schools.
Like LaFon and Epperly in on the tackle there. LaFon's had his name called a good bit here on this particular drive. He's getting his nose in there a little bit, so that's good to see.
2nd and 7. Twin receivers to the far side, running backs side by side in the backfield. Handoff to Leftwich, and it looked like he was going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the surge carries him forward to about the 17 of Blacksburg. 3rd and about 3 coming up.
Yeah, this is brutal on your defense right here. And I mean, this is what Salem's able to do. The other part it is it's chewing the clock. You know, it's 5 minutes and 50 seconds and counting, so it keeps the offense off the field for Blacksburg as well.
3rd and 3 from the Blacksburg 17. I formation. Cheney under center. Tosses it back to Persinger. Blacksburg has players there, and they bring him down this time after a gain of just a yard. Close to perhaps a horse collar tackle, but Blacksburg has forced 4th and 2. Grepiatis has range from this point on the field.
It's good defensive play right there. Darius Norris coming in with a big tackle.
The offense stays on the field. Grepiatis stays on the sideline. 4th and 3. The ball about 2 feet on the near side, the far side hash mark. Ferris splits out wide to the right. Collins wide to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. And the ball is bobbled on the snap, and Blacksburg will take over as Cheney just has to fall on it at the 21.
That's what we needed right there, some type of a turnover on downs or something. So great job there by the Bruins defense, finding a way to stop them. And sometimes you just take whatever you can get, and we'll take that bobble snap right there all day long.
And Brad, it seemed like towards the end of the first half, Blacksburg was getting receivers wide open on streak patterns. Maybe that's going to be the secret offensively. Blacksburg's just going to try to outrun the Salem secondary. Triplets to the near side, twins to the far side. The far side is the boundary side. That comes the snap to Goforth. In a little bit of trouble, throws, has his receiver complete. That's Golston, complete up to the 31-yard line. He goes out of bounds along the Salem sideline. That'll be a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg.
Great job right there, moving the chains. Goforth seemed to have a little bit more time right there as well.
He got a nice pickup on a linebacker trying to come around the edge. Got a good block that allowed him just a little bit more time to make that completion. It'll be Epperly in a pistol formation behind Goforth. Twins to either side. Epperly gets the handoff, had a couple of white jerseys waiting, and he'll do well to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Epperly, the ball carrier.
Yeah, not a lot of room right there.
Seemed like Salem's defenders are converging on Bruins runners anytime Blacksburg tries to run the football. 28-14, Salem leading Blacksburg in the third quarter here at Bill Brown Stadium as the clock heads to the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Twin receivers to either side. Epperly is about a yard off the right hip of Goforth. In motion goes Muhammad. Here's a fake of a pass by Goforth. They were trying to fake it to the runner who was in motion to the near side and coming back to the near side. But Goforth just simply had to get rid of it.
I think
there's
it was
a penalty flag, and let's see if they're going to call grounding again.
I think it's illegal procedure on us. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift on Blacksburg. Big crowd across the way of Spartans fans making the trip down I-81 tonight. Many of them will be right back in Blacksburg tomorrow night for Virginia Tech and Duke. And Salem will decline the penalty, making it 3rd and 10. Blacksburg did pick up 1 first down. They would desperately love to get one here. Triplets to the right, twins to the left, both sets close to the line of scrimmage. Snap comes back. Goforth has a little bit of time going long, tries to hit Golston, and the ball pops up in the air. 2 defenders had Golston well covered. He was cutting across the field from the far side to the near side. The pass went incomplete at about the 40 of Salem, and Blacksburg will have to punt it away. So one of the benefits you have, Brad, is the punter is the quarterback, Goforth. I don't think you would try any sort of a trick play here at this point in the game, but that may be something in the arsenal late in the game if Blacksburg can keep it close.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do it right now.
Goforth gets it away, a high kick. It's going to be a fair catch called for by Collins. He will catch it at the Salem 27.
Their offense comes out onto the field 1st and 10.
Good Drew.
A 42-yard punt for Luke Goforth. So Blacksburg got a stop on the last Salem possession. Technically, Salem stopped themselves with a bobbled snap from the center to the quarterback, Hunter Cheney. Cheney has a receiver on either side of the line, I formation. Hand off to Persinger, tries to go straight ahead, and he'll get very little, maybe 1.5 yards.
Looked like Norris as well as Epperly in on the tackle. Both those names have been called quite a bit tonight as well. Wow, he picked up more yardage than I thought he did. I thought they had him right at the line of scrimmage, but I guess just that initial surge.
It's a short 2 for Salem.
You know, the hard part, Mark, is our offense only was on the ball on the offense for just a minute or 2, you know, and you just don't give your defense a time to get any wind.
High formation, handoff to Xavion Wood, and he gets busted. Parker Epperly makes a great tackle of Wood at the 25.
Good lick right there by Epperly. He knocked Wood off of his feet.
He doesn't make that tackle, Brad. Wood is going to go for a long, long time. He might still be running.
Still is able to pick up a few yards right there. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Now for the Spartans, this is a big stop right here. We got to find a way to get a stop.
Blacksburg could force a punt here. I do not think Don Holter would go for it at this point in the field. I formation. Cheney back, rolling, throws out in the flat, complete to Persinger, and he's brought down. Nathan Mathena with a great tackle at the 35, and Blacksburg will see the first punt of the night from Salem.
Great job right there by Nathan Mathena, staying at home and playing responsibility football. Now you got to be careful right here. I mentioned before the Deuce Logan, who is the punter. He's pretty elusive. They have done a fake punt here, so you have to be a little bit careful here. Now, and watching the film, I've seen some bad snaps and a few things like that as well, so we'll see. This might be a little pressure on Salem.
Mitchell's back to receive the kick. Athena does a nice job of avoiding running into the kicker. Mitchell will fair catch it at the 30. 1:39 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Blacksburg trailing Salem 28-14.
That's a big stop right there by the defense. That's huge. We got to find a way to get something going right here offensively.
Let's go down to our Duncan Ford Lincoln Mazda sideline reporter, Jake Lyman. Does that give any momentum to the Bruins, Jake? What's the body language on the sideline?
Near the concession stand for information on how to apply.
Triplets right, twins left. In motion, Mitchell. Play action. Goforth being chased, and again, he's just going to have to throw it along the Salem sideline, and there comes the flag for grounding, and Not good decision making there by Luke Goforth, but in his defense, he was running for his life. Salem just continues, Brad, to get penetration, and Goforth just does not have time to let the routes develop.
Well, we have to balance our attack a little bit. You know, I mean, I don't know what the pass-run ratio is, but we've definitely passed a lot more than we have run, and you know, that allows that Salem defense just to tee off. I mean, they got somebody coming from the backside continuously.
2nd and 20.
14 on the ground. Sorry.
2nd and 26. In motion goes Mitchell. Rolling is Goforth. He's going to try to run for it. He's going to try to get around one Spartan. He does. Thought about maybe stopping and throwing, and then he just dances out of bounds. He may have gotten a yard on the play to the 14. He will, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 25.
Out of bounds by number 42, Xavier Wood.
This game very decidedly, Brad, right now is being won in the trenches. Luke Goforth has no time whatsoever to spot a receiver. He's having to run to buy a little bit of time to try to find an open Bruin somewhere on the field. Mitchell to the right of Goforth. 3 receivers left, 1 right. This time, Goforth has a little bit of time, throwing long, and about 3 yards too long for Josh Golston, and Blacksburg's going to have to punt. Goforth will have to kick it out of his own end zone.
It just really puts the defense in a real disadvantage. You know, I mean, we haven't really offensively. I don't think in the whole third quarter we've had the ball more than 2 minutes.
1:21 remaining in the third quarter. A good snap, comes back. Goforth gets a high kick, a little bit off the side of the foot though. It's going to take a good Blacksburg bounce, and it's going to roll dead at about the 46-yard line, and it looks like a Bruin is going to be injured coming off of the field.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming off. I can't tell exactly who it is. The shirt's rolled up. Might be Reed Kirk, number 17. He is coming off with a little bit of a hobble.
So Salem will take over at the Blacksburg 45. Ball on the far side hash mark. It will be McDonald and Deuce Logan to the near side. Logan in the slot, I formation, Cheney under center. Toss back to Persinger, tries to get over the right, check out left side of the Bruins line, and he'll be thrown out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
Look like Darius Norris in on the tackle there for the Bruins.
At the 38-yard line. And Brad, one of the things Salem's is doing here is they're getting 6, 7 yards on first down. When you've got 2nd and short, 3rd and short, that just broadens your playbook. It gets thicker.
Oh, it does. I mean, you're exactly right.
Twins again to the near side, I formation. Cheney under center. Handoff, deep back is Persinger, just rides right behind the Mules. That's what Salem's offensive linemen are called. That is a term of endearment.
Looked like Logan Fox in on the tackle there for the Bruins. I tell you what, he's sort of stepped right in and made his name be known as well. He's been on a few tackles here for that defensive front.
I saw him at practice on Tuesday, Brad. He was blowing some plays up. He's going to be a nice addition to this Bruins football team. But right now, the Bruins need to get a defensive stop. 1st and 10, Salem at the Blacksburg 33. Twin receivers to the near side of the field, I formation. Cheney under center. Pitches it back to Persinger, going left. Looked like Blacksburg had him in the backfield, and he gets free. And he'll get a gain of about 2 or 3. And here comes a penalty flag of what's going to be a late hit, I believe, on Blacksburg on the far sideline.
Tackle made by 75, Logan Fox.
The Salem Spartans need no help whatsoever, and Blacksburg's about ready to give them some right here.
I couldn't tell exactly who it was that came in a little bit late. I see a pat on the top of the head by Nathan Mathena to Epperly, so it could have been Epperly that came in a little bit late right there.
That will move the ball down to the 15-yard line of Blacksburg.
Personal foul penalty against the Bruins.
24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 28-14, Salem leading Blacksburg.
Coach Sloss is out on the field. He's asking for an explanation from the officials, but none of them are giving him an explanation of that call. Yeah, it's all the way on the other side of the field, so we really couldn't tell.
High formation. Cheney is going to be brought down. Looked like it was going to be an option, read option to Isaiah Persinger, but Blacksburg blows through and puts Cheney on the ground after about a 2 or 3 yard loss.
41, Darius Norris.
Darius Norris once again for the Bruins.
That will make it 2nd and 13 when we begin the fourth quarter of play. 28-14, Salem leading Blacksburg here at Bill Brown Stadium. This is Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
On the count of 3, everyone run into the water. Ready, set, go! Make it rain! Go insane, throw some water, make it rain on them. Hand, monkey walk, hand. What kind of tree do you want to be? Orange tree, grow so tall. Can you stand up? Chop, timber. Good job. Chop, timber. Good job. Show me those kicks. Show me those paddles. Let me see those arms. Where are those arms? Use those arms. Get those arms up and out. Kick, paddle. Use your arms. Let me see paddle with your arms. Yeah! Good job! Everyone follow me. Go. Good. Next.
Second and 13 from the Blacksburg 18. Here's the handoff to Persinger, and he runs into Bruins defenders, and the whistle will blow. And he will be counted down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 1.
Looks like Luke Elliott in on the initial contact for the Bruins.
3rd and 12.
Nathan Mathena also helping clean it up.
Also in on the set number 70, Sam Hughes.
If you're wondering, a field goal attempt from this point of the field would be about a 33-yarder. Single receiver on either side, I formation. Cheney under center again. Cheney rolling to his right, throwing, has a receiver, but that receiver is going to be dropped short of the first down marker.
Looks like it's the tight end, Pinella right there, in on the tackle. looked like 19, Charlie Craig.
4th and about 3. And it will be Hunter Grepiatis that will come on to attempt the field goal.
With about 4 yards to go.
The mark will be at about the 17-yard line, so this will be a 27-yard field goal. The spot is on the far side hash, so it's a bit of an angle. Snap comes back, Grepiatis puts his foot into it, and that kick is no good. It was wide to the left, so Salem gets a good drive to start the 4th quarter, but gets no points out of it. Blacksburg takes over, trailing 28-14. Brad, you get something going here, you get a touchdown on the board, it's a 1-score game.
Well, I mean, you know, I tell you what, I mean, you got to take your hats off to that defense. I mean, they played the entire 3rd quarter in smash mouth football and kept them off of the board. So, I mean, you know, you got to take your hats off to them. We got to find something here to get some positive yardage going offensively.
Twin receivers to the near side of the field, twins to the far side. Epperly lines up in the backfield in a pistol formation directly behind the quarterback Goforth. Play action to Epperly, and Goforth's going to be brought down by Chase Ferris, the linebacker who was blitzing. And Blacksburg just can't seem to buy a break on offense right now at all.
Loss of 4 yards, 2nd down, 14 yards.
A 4-yard loss makes it 2nd and 14. 10 minutes even remaining in the 3rd quarter. Blacksburg trailing Salem 28-14. Epperly will come off of the field. Golston and Collins to the near side of the field. Mathena and Muhammad to the far side. Mitchell is about 3 yards to the left of the quarterback, and the pass is complete to Mitchell over the 30, over the 35, and that will be a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg. Chains move for the Bruins. They look to the sideline to get the play call. Golston and Malcolm Collins will be on the far side of the field. The ball's on the near side hash. On the near side will be Mathena and Muhammad. Mitchell will line up in a pistol formation about 2 yards behind Goforth, who claps his hands. Goforth has some time, rolling to his left, throws, has an open receiver, Collins, and he couldn't quite get enough on it. Collins stumbled just a bit trying to catch the ball, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 36.
That's a tough throw to make. You know, Luke's rolling to his left-hand side and is trying to throw it back over to the right-hand side, and just wasn't able to have enough strength to get the ball there.
Goforth appears that he'll be alone in the backfield this time as Mitchell drops into the slot on the near side. Ball on the near side hash, so 3 receivers in the boundary, 2 on the field side. Here comes Salem blitzing again. Goforth slings it, and it is complete to a player on the Salem side of the field. There is a penalty flag down in the Blacksburg backfield. It could be a roughing call, perhaps. Let's see.
That's what it looks like. I believe it's going to be a roughing the passer.
Got a flag down in the backfield.
And that is the call, roughing.
That's going to be an automatic first down also.
That will be a first down for Blacksburg. So Goforth moving his arms, trying to shake off a little bit of whatever it was that he suffered on that last play. Picks up the flag, hands it back to the official. So that's a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg the easy way via penalty on Salem.
That roughing the passer penalty, well, it was good enough for another Blacksburg Bruin.
Mitchell will be about 3 yards to the left side of the quarterback Goforth. Twin receivers to either side. Here again comes Salem on a blitz. Pass complete to Muhammad over the 40, over the 35, and driving over the 30 where he's ridden out of bounds on the far side of the field. Another Nest Realty first down. And Chandler Sutphin is teeing off on the left side, coming after Luke Goforth. He's coming in untouched multiple times in a row, Brad. Blacksburg's got to do something to put somebody on number 31 for Salem.
Every time you play Salem, that's what's going to happen in the offense that we're using right now. I can remember watching Isaac Johnston just get lit up from both sides.
Goforth rolling to his right, avoids one rusher, still looking, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. He'll get a better spot. It'll be the 27. So a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. The clock stops. 8:54. So now the way Salem can control the ball with their running game, Blacksburg needs to get a touchdown here and get a stop and get the ball back. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right are Golston and Mitchell. Alone in the backfield again is Goforth. Has a little bit of time, throwing long, has Mitchell open in the end zone! And there's the touchdown that Blacksburg needs to draw within 1. There is a flag down on the field.
Mitchell is in the end zone.
It's going to come back. It looks like it's a holding penalty against us.
Holding on Blacksburg. My, oh my, oh my. Just when you thought Blacksburg had a momentum play, it will be holding, marked off from the 33, and it's going to be 2nd and about 25 again for Blacksburg.
Yeah, talk about just inopportune penalties. And, you know, whew, man.
2nd and 23. Triplets left. Twins right. Back goes Goforth. Has time this time. Now he's in trouble. He's going to have to throw it towards the Blacksburg sideline, and Blacksburg avoids the grounding call. 3rd and 23 from the Blacksburg, check that, from the Salem 43. Salem's defense right now teeing off on the Blacksburg quarterback Luke Goforth. He's running for dear life every time he goes back to throw. A touchdown catch by Brian Mitchell, wiped away by a holding call. 3rd and 23. Triplets left, Twins right. Offensive line gives this time a little bit of time to Mitchell. Now we're going to have a drop in the backfield. That was Kaiwan Waller that came in to tackle Goforth. This may be another hold. Let's see.
Could be a face mask. Looked like it got pretty close to his headgear. I couldn't tell. There's like 3 flags laying right there in a triangle, so I'm not sure.
May have multiple calls on this play. There's the face mask on Salem. It looks like that is going to be the lone call.
It's going to be a 5-yard.
Still be 3rd down, so 5-yard penalty.
The incidental
still
face
brings up
mask
3rd down.
Call. 3rd and 18 from the 38-yard line of Salem, in what is more than likely 2-down territory for Blacksburg, particularly if Blacksburg can get at least half of this accomplished on this particular play. Players look at their wristbands. Mitchell about 2 yards to the right of the quarterback. Goforth in the shotgun. Triplets left, single receiver right. Here comes Salem again. Handoff Mitchell. Has a little bit of room. Over the 30, 25-20. Mitchell's going to go all the way. 38 yards for Brian Mitchell. And Blacksburg is back in this game. Brian Mitchell from 38 yards out. 28-20. And a critical PAT coming up for James Poland.
Good run right there.
That was good resiliency.
You got to give the Blacksburg offense credit there, Brad. They get the touchdown to Mitchell on the catch that's wiped off the scoreboard, and the Bruins come back, rally from that, and they put their 3rd touchdown on the board. Poland attempting the PAT out of the hold of Goforth. Salem looks like they're coming. They are, but Sean Collins can't get there in time. That PAT is good. Blacksburg draws within one score, 28-21 Salem, 8:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
So have you applied for any jobs yet?
Nah, I'm just gonna sit all day.
So am I.
Next stop, Torkerson Hall.
Don't just sit. Sit profitably. Drive for BT. Make $13.35 per hour.
Yes, we do. And Brad, the one thing that particular drive did, it gave the defense a little bit of a rest. Maybe not enough, but it gave them a little bit.
Yeah, it did. I mean, you got to have a little bit there. Looks like we're going to try to kick it deep this time.
Poland will kick it deep, and it goes into the end zone on a touchback.
Make them drive 80 yards on you.
So Blacksburg is going to make Salem, as our officiating expert Robbie Hudson said in the background, make them go 80 yards on you.
Yeah, it's a great kick right there by Poland. He's got the leg for it.
So Blacksburg with maybe a little bit of momentum here. And now, Brad, this is what you go through all the weightlifting sessions in January, February, March, all the conditioning sessions throughout the spring and the summer is for moments like this. This could well come down to what happens in the trenches this last 8.5 minutes. High formation for Salem, single receiver either side. Here is Cheney going back to throw, going long, and it's too far. It was intended for Deuce Logan along the Salem sideline. Very good coverage by Luke Goforth.
Yeah, Goforth had him step for step. Pressure was coming from Julius Mason. From that inside backer position, he got a pretty good shot on Cheney.
There is a flag at about the 12-yard line. Let's see what that's for.
Looks like it might be a roughing the passer.
And Blacksburg gets called for a 15-yard penalty.
I thought it was just a pretty good shot. I mean, you know, well, the rules have changed so much. I mean, you know, it's
they're going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
You simply cannot hit quarterbacks anymore like you used to 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That's not the way the game is played now.
Tell Luke Goforth that, because he's taking some
he's
shots.
As old school as it gets.
Well, he's taking some shots today.
High formation for Salem, fresh set of downs, handoff to Xavion Wood, and he finds a seam, and he'll have a gain of about 7 across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
42 Wood takes the handoff.
That's a gain of 7. And Salem is getting 6 and 7 yards a pop on first down carries, by and large between the tackles.
Yeah, I mean they're just getting penetration. You know, I mean they're just surging up the line. We gotta do some, either go into the gaps or you know, maybe stunt some of the backers. I don't know. Got to try to do something here though.
High formation again for Salem. Twin receivers to the near side. Handoff is a little bit bungled to Xavion Wood, but he manages to bust his way through into Bruins territory down to about the 46-yard line of Blacksburg. So the chains will move for the Spartans across the way. A turnover right here would be just what the doctor ordered for Blacksburg. Twin receivers to the near side, the ball right in the middle of the field. Cheney watching the play clock, standing straight up, I formation. Here's the snap, give, is to Xavion Wood, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss of 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Blacksburg with good penetration there.
Julius Mason in on the tackle for a loss there.
It'll be a loss of a short 2 or a long 1. Take your pick. The scoreboard says 2nd and 12, so we'll call it a loss of 2.
The flat.
Collins and Deuce Logan are the receivers. Logan in the slot. Collins to the near side. I formation again. Cheney waits. Now gets under center. Hands it to the up back. That is number 20, Isaiah Persinger. He'll have a gain of about 6, maybe 7.
Looked like Logan Fox on the initial tackle there for the Bruins.
Ball spotted at the Blacksburg 42. Gonna bring up third and about 6.
6 minutes and 9 seconds and counting. Salem Spartans leading 28-21. Here in the fourth, you know, the clock's spinning. That's a big challenge for us right now. We've got to find some way to stop it here and get them to turn over on downs.
Twin receivers to the right. Again, I formation. Cheney under center. Gives it to the up back. That is Wood. He's brought down at about the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 2 for Salem. And you can probably bet that Don Holter is going to leave the offense on the field. Although Deuce Logan does come on, he is the punter. We're going to have a timeout called on the field. 28-21, Blacksburg trailing Salem, 5:27 remaining in the game from Bill Brown Stadium. This is Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. I formation, 4th and 2. Cheney under center, single receiver either side. Handoff is to Xavion Wood, and he's going to run it in for a touchdown on 4th and 2.
They basically went back to that weak side. They had, we were thinking it was coming off tackle, I believe, to the strong side, and just went back over on a little fullback dive.
34-21, Salem stretches its lead. 5:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. Trepiatis will try to build the lead to 14 out of the hold of Logan.
That's a heartbreaker.
And that kick is up, and it is good. 5:21 remaining in the game. 34-21. Salem leading Blacksburg from Bill Brown Stadium on Bruins football on ESPN Blacksburg. Well, our officiating expert, Robbie Hudson, called it. He said, make him go 80 yards. Don't say that again. Don't say that again, Robbie. 35-21, Salem leading Blacksburg. 5:21 left. Still time for Blacksburg, although the Bruins are going to have to score very quickly on this particular drive. Here is a short kick. It's going to bounce at about the 25. Picking it up is Muhammad over the 35 up to the 38-yard line. So pretty good field position for Blacksburg. Now actually spotted at the 39-yard line. What do you call here, Coach Epperly?
I don't know.
I think I'm going to try to find number 6 long and do what I have to do to give my quarterback time to hit him. Staniland to the far side of the field along with Muhammad and Collins. A little bit of confusion trying to get the play call in. Still plenty of time on the play clock, 13 seconds. Now the players look at the wristbands. They've got the play. Triplets left, twins right. Mitchell in motion, gets the handoff, started to the left, breaks one tackle, and a good open field tackle by Xavion Wood at about the 35 on a cutback attempt by Mitchell, a loss of 3. And the clock continues to turn. 5 minutes even remaining in the game. Salem re-ups their advantage to 14 after Blacksburg had cut it to 28-21. Blacksburg burning time getting these play calls in. I don't know, Brad, you might want to start thinking about a 2-minute offense here. Triplets left, twin receivers right. Salem showing blitz. Goforth has time. A long pass way downfield, intercepted by Jaden McDonald at the Blacksburg 38. That might be the dagger. Goforth just a little bit too strong on that throw, and Salem was in prevent mode, and they get the key interception. Well, now, Brad, if you're Blacksburg, you have to hope you can force a turnover somehow, some way.
Hey, just got to fight here till the end. You don't want to give them any more scoring opportunities.
Handoff to Persinger, and he will be stopped for no gain.
Looks like Mathena as well as Logan Fox in on the tackle for the Bruins.
Good sportsmanship shown by Blacksburg, helping up number 20. He pats them on the backside in return.
No gain on the play. It's second down and long.
And the clock continues to run. 4:15 remaining in the game. Salem 35, Blacksburg 21. And let's see if Cheney looks to the play clock and kills some time. That's exactly what he's doing. A well-trained quarterback will do that. Under center, hands it off to Leftwich, and he's going to be thrown backwards after a gain of just 1, and very quickly Eddie Sloss says we want a timeout. Stopping the clock, 3:46 remaining in the game. Well, you get a stop here, Brad. You get the ball back. I don't think Coach Holter will go for it on his side of the field under this circumstance. He's got a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, well, you would think that he would punt if we can hold him here on 3rd down. I'm sure they're going to try to do a little something, whether it's misdirection or go back to what we're thinking, to go to the weak side. And they've had plenty of luck, out into the flats. We've had a little bit of soft coverage out there, so they've had luck in that. But good job on the tackle there on that last play. It looked like Darius Norris as well as Will Thomas in there to bring up the 3rd down.
And I've said it a few times tonight, you want to make sure you're marking number 19, Bobby Pinello. Salem comes back to the huddle. Sean Collins will come to the near side. Deuce Logan to the far side, I formation.
I don't think it's going to be anything fancy here, just right off tackle.
Cheney pitches it back to Persinger. Going to the right side of the field, dancing his way through and over the 1st down marker And with 3:39 left, Blacksburg only has one timeout left. Salem will be able to drain this clock down to somewhere around a minute, even if they don't pick up a first down.
You know, our defense is just wore out right now. You look at them, they got their hands on their hips. I mean, they're just wore out. I mean, they've been out there pretty much 3/4 of the game. I mean, you can't expect a lot more from these guys. I mean, they've laid it all on the line.
And I think Salem will come away with a little bit of respect for Blacksburg here. The Bruins have battled Salem all night long. Here's a handoff to the up back in the I formation, and rolling through is Leftwich, goes tumbling. But I believe they're going to mark him down somewhere around the 45 of Blacksburg after a gain of 5, the clock under 3 minutes.
Looked like early for Blacksburg in on the tackle.
Logan and Collins both to the far side of the field. I formation again. Leftwich the up back. Persinger the deep back. Cheney waiting to get under center until the play clock gets down to 5 seconds. Hands it off to Persinger. He'll be stopped for little gain at all. Clock continuing to run. 3rd and 5 coming up. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the game. Blacksburg trailing by 14.
Before you go home tonight, you're going to want to make sure you got your car keys. And if you're missing your car key,
Blacksburg's defense would love to get a stop here. Perhaps give the offense a chance to maybe get a score and an onside kick. It'll be all academic if Salem gets a first down here. Cheney looks at the play clock. 7, now 6. Now he gets under center. Give to the up back. Leftwich will have the first down, and that should just about do it with 1:37 remaining in the game. We may even see victory formation here, Brad. Blacksburg does have one timeout, but I don't know that Eddie Sloss in this circumstance would be inclined to use it.
No, I don't think so. And I mean, I know Salem well enough. They're probably going to run one more play, and then they're probably going to take a knee. But now they're not going to quit, you know. I mean, when they run that play, they're going to run with everything they got. Looks like they're going to take the knee now. That's just a classy organization right there. A lot of people can say a lot of negative things about Salem, but I'm telling you, they have a lot of class. The only time people say negative things about Salem is because a lot of times they get beat by them. And, you know, you have to respect a group. They do things the right way. They're disciplined. They play the game the way the game should be played.
They are, simply put, Brad, the gold standard for football this side of, certainly this side of Lynchburg, maybe this side of Richmond. Clock under a minute. Victory formation for Cheney. He looks at the play clock. 2 hour left. Takes another knee.
and another kneel down for the Spartans.
He'll have one more knee hitting the turf, and this game will end 35-21. Salem over Blacksburg. Well, Brad, there were questions about the Salem offensive line coming into this game. I certainly don't have any questions based on what I've seen.
No, that's a good football team right there. I don't think we played our best game tonight. I think we are a much better football team than what we played tonight. We've just got to iron some things out. I think we need to be a little bit more balanced, in my opinion.
I would concur.
And you know, you got to be able to get your defense off the field for a little bit. And I mean, they're just wore out.
And the clock will tick down to 000, and Blacksburg will fall to 3-2 in 2019 as they end up on the wrong end tonight of a 35-21 score here at Bill Brown Stadium. We will be back with our Main Street Pharmacy Bruins postgame show when we continue listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.